Just great to start off college basketball season with a win today. Obviously, it was a loud environment, probably some of the loudest timeouts I've ever been a part of. I guess it was during t-shirt toss time or whatever it was, but great to see our Milwaukee public schools in the building, and overall just love that the youth were having fun today, and obviously we were as well winning the game.
6 steals for Jordan and 4 blocks for Liza. How did both of them set the tone for you defensively?
I thought Jordan, Chloe, Liza were tremendous tonight, just bringing their veteran leadership. Jordan King looked completely poised out there, and she understands how she's going to have to contribute in different ways, and love to see just her hands on the basketball and getting steals that jump-started some big runs for us. And then Liza just did a great job today also of using her length. Obviously, we were the bigger team, but just making it difficult for Chloe Wilson to get anything really easy over the course of the game.
I know it's only one game, but for Jordan specifically, seeing her be that versatile guard, able to do it both sides of the floor, are you finally seeing the vision you probably might have saw from her when you came here, as her growth has just come throughout all the years?
I mean, Jordan has always been extremely selfless, and obviously every year you're in a program, you're asked to do more. So she knew that coming into the offseason that she's going to have to contribute in different ways at that point guard position. So it might be scoring some night, it might be her defensive presence today. So she's going to keep learning how to do that as we go through the year.
You guys started up 8-2 in the first quarter, and then they kind of came back with a couple threes. Did something switch after that run, or was it just them making shots?
Yeah, I thought we got out of the gates really well, and then just took our foot off the gas, and gave them a couple easy threes, and fouled them a few times, and so I just thought we lost a little bit of our focus. And the one thing for me, we're still working on rotation. I think we got a decent amount of depth, and so figuring out those lineups, and we tell our team, whoever names call for, if it's for 5 minutes or 2 minutes, you got to be ready to bring something on the floor. So I thought there were 2 different stretches where we just kind of made some silly mistakes, and our communication at times, because of how loud it was and high pitch it was, we made some mental mistakes with that, which first game will happen, and we'll clean it up at practice.
I think you started every quarter pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a common thread to any of those runs?
Maybe it was the t-shirt toss before that we were all fired up about. But yeah, I just think every time we meet in a timeout, whether it's the end of the quarter or at a media, or one coach calls a timeout, is just to be the team that makes the run. So we talk a lot about that in our run of whether whatever's happening, those 5 that are entering the game, that whether we execute out of a timeout or just kind of get our win back. We're still playing, you're trying to get into game shape. I think there's no substitute in practice. You can go up and down a million times, but until you feel that, that excitement and that little bit of stress in game, we're going to keep building our conditioning.
Your next game is against Holy Cross on Friday. From you as a coach, what do you have to do to make sure that your players and the team as a whole stays focused on, yeah, we won a game, but we have another one coming up, moving on to the next game, because 1-0 is good, but you don't want to be 1-1.
I think our team's excited to play games, and they understand you get a short amount of time now in between games to practice, so we'll take tomorrow off, and all those people that need to vote will vote, and then we'll be back on the court Wednesday preparing. Our Friday-Sunday game is almost like how Big East is at times. So again, we purposely do that to simulate. You got 2 tough games and a quick turnaround, so they will be focused, and trust me, there'll be a lot of things to improve on after the first game.
Don't believe I saw Mayo on the bench during the game. Are you able to comment on that? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine. No comment today, but we'll give an update later on in the week, or maybe Friday, with her. But everything's good.
Talk about depth, and great depth, and great first year class you have Mackenzie Hare and Emily Washpal getting their first action, especially in this kind of atmosphere. So what did you see about them in their first collegiate game?
It's interesting. We chose to do 2 close scrimmages, so there's not a soul in the building other than the 2 teams. Then you come out today and it's loud and wild. So it was really great for Micaiah Williams, our freshman, just to get some time on the floor. They're going to keep getting better. They're a tremendous group that are extremely motivated and driven, and there's no substitute for just getting them some experience. And so I even look at Emily. She's going to be really good for us. I thought she made some great cuts and some great moves. It just didn't maybe translate into scoring or a lot of things in the box score, but she rebounds, she's versatile. She has great IQ, so I'm hopeful. Just because it's the first game, you're going to see those statistics, I think, start to change with those young guys. I thought Rose in the second half had some great minutes for us, and she's going to be key as we move forward with having depth at that guard position as well.
To go along with the 6 steals that Jordan had, she had career high 24 points, 2 threes in that as well.
Mhm.
What did you see from her? Was it a lot of the defense turning into offense for her, or was it just finding her shots?
I think she was balanced, so she got a couple steals that led to some easy buckets. She, some of those assists, she led 2-on-1 breaks, which was great. Took kind of what the defense gave her. She's much improved shooting the 3. Obviously, we know she could score at 3 levels, so I thought, just initial reactions to it after the game was just she was balanced, and I think that's something she's always been, poised and balanced in what she does. Now she's just getting a few more opportunities. Good.
Anything else?
All right, thank you all for
Thanks,
coming.